Greetings, Kevo. Glad to hear from you.
Glad to hear from you as well. How you doing? How's it going?
Not bad, man. I'm positive, feeling good. Glad we had a chance to connect and
Oh yeah.
have a
The
discussion.
lighting is better right here. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. No doubt, no doubt. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm just working on my stage play and doing my art, man.
Stage play. Love that. Love that. Um, well, firstly, Kevo the artist. Let's begin there. And you have a what they call it, a master in MFA, they call it MFA degree, master in fine art. I believe that's the
Master's in fine art. Yeah, master's
Mm.
degree.
Ranges from painting to theater production, highlighting racial dynamics in human experiences.
Yes, sir.
Director of a non-profit art organization, Art Studios. You teach college.
Yes, sir.
In college. 10 years experience in a successful tattoo studio that you own. Stage plays, filmmaking, and you also write books as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You've written several books. That's quite the resume, man. I commend you on that.
Thank you.
I wanted to highlight, obviously give you your flowers because that's amazing. All the things and the accomplishment that you've done so far. Also, I wanted to highlight where you are to begin with and your accomplishment first, which is what we'll mainly focus on. However, we can't have context without speaking on where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And I think calling your upbringing rough would be an injustice, but for lack of a better word, with your experience, with your upbringing, your history coming from me as a youth, it was pretty rough. You've been shot, sent to jail, history of drug dealing, violence.
Now I'm one of the greatest artists that I've ever learned about.
Absolutely.
When I look at art and what people are doing,
yes,
and what people are creating from a creative standpoint, I'm creating at such a high level. My next project, Vincent, is a stage play about Van Gogh. It's a performance arts play. I've never seen anything like it. I think that the plays that I'm doing and the plays I will continue to do will be some of the greatest stage plays that people have ever saw. I believe that the art that I make and create from here on out will be probably some of the greatest artwork that people have ever seen. So aside from my upbringing, I do come from a harsh background, and people always like to talk about that. But what about the art? What about what's more amazing? Is it more amazing that I've been shot and I've been in jail and I got a college degree out of I went back to school and changed my life for the better? How is that more amazing than me writing a stage play that rhymes, or a performance arts piece about Van Gogh? How is that not what people want to talk about?
Absolutely. To that point, this is where I only bring that right up because I want to kind of give context to how great the journey has been to where you are now, because I want to focus on now kind of thing. and the actual art itself. As you know, this is an art platform I have. So that's pretty much where I want to focus. But obviously, I have to kind of give context to how far you've come, kind of thing. Okay, so let's get to it. Let me share something with you, and we'll kind of initiate something, a discussion into something more artistic. As it goes, this is a quote. Tread on the road mark faith, but sometimes it appears anonymous. Filling applications like astronomers to the point I could see myself reaching the precipice. To peek into the great beyond where my name rings with such eminence. Sometimes these rhymes climb so high it takes a few days to see it. The cold gets so numbing that it takes a few days to feel it. Driven in the premise, but my mode remains on mad scientist. Bird brains with the screw loose, seeing comets between the stars like a flying fish. Though taken to the quiet as the blood oath for the moments of silence like a ventriloquist. But then it's too late. Now you can't touch this, for my tongue twist shall make you reminisce. Okay, before I go anywhere, this is just a quote. As you know, I like to just kind of throw something in there to just initiate conversation. Is there anything?
Where's that quote from?
This was a quote from a piece I wrote, a poetry piece I wrote.
Oh, I thought it was a rap.
Yeah, I get that sometimes, but it's just maybe it's the delivery. Just the way I kind of flow with it. Just like to just have it fluent. Did you have any thoughts on that?
I wasn't listening hard enough. It was hard to keep up with.
No worries.
I thought it was going to be like maybe like a sentence, but by the time you got to the middle, I stopped listening because I was confused. And then at the end, I was like, "What is this from?" I kept thinking about, where is this quote from? You said a quote, but you should have just said the poem I wrote. Then I would have listened in its entirety.
Well, it's a quote from a poem I wrote. It's actually a poem, if you get what I mean. But no worries. Let's get to it. So I also must add that I thought this was very relevant piece or topic to read, to kind of share, given the conversation we're having about your story pertaining to road traveled because of what is required to continue, not only to persevere, but to also accomplish. My first question would be like, what does innovation means to you? What does innovation mean to you?
Envision?
Innovation?
Innovation?
Yeah.
Changing for something new.
Any other ways in how innovation has kind of aided you in being as accomplished as you are?
No, I'm just myself. And I just happen to be rare, and I just happen to be one of the most creative people that have ever lived. So I can't speak for other people.
Fair enough. Can you share some of the values that you hold dear?
That I own?
That you hold, like, that, you know, these are
Oh,
like,
that I hold.
yeah.
Integrity, character, respect for African Americans, Black people all over the world, respect for anyone all over the world, and specifically Black people. Holding art to a high standard.
And what of those have been pivotal in you remaining in pursuit throughout your journey when it was
All of that has been a part of me. Everything about me says that. Everything about me says everything I just said.
can you elaborate a little bit?
Yeah, you asked me what values do I hold. I said making art to a high standard. I'm very creative, and that's what I do with my art. I said make sure I respect and honor African Americans. I've written several books based on African American history, and I've voiced my concern about every Black problem here in America. Yeah. And then I also said people, period. But I was talking about all people because I voiced specifically lots of occasions how all people matter to me and how I have love for everybody. My integrity has never been in question. My character has never been in question. I'm not one of these people that's on social media posting, setting up cameras and predetermining what I'm going to do, and then hitting record and then acting on my day like I'm giving people a reality. I don't post nothing for any reason, or I don't pander to people.
Yeah.
So my character is never. You can't just judge my character and just say I come off a way that I don't.
That's fair. That's fair. I respect that. Could you tell us some more about your books, the stuff you've written, some of your books?
I'll talk about my most recent project
Sure.
that I wrote. It's a script because I know there's a lot of people who want to learn about how to write scripts or how to write stories. My latest script also goes into what you just said about African Americans. My latest script is a timeline of African American history from the 1940s to the 2020s. And if you want to see a story that embarks on our journey for those years, that's a great story for anyone that wants to learn about African American history. It's called What Do We Do Now? As a matter of fact, this is the shirt I'm wearing. It says WDN, What Do We Do Now?
Nice. If someone was interested to read about or find your story, where could they find it?
My story is still going. That's my journey, my life. I mean, I've done countless interviews about my life on my YouTube channel. You just Google me, Kevo Arts. My website is artbykevo.com. There's, I can be Googled, so there's a lot about me, but moving forward, like I said, what I'm focused on now is my Vincent Van Gogh stage play.
Yeah. Could you tell us some more about some of the stuff, the other things that you've created?
Some of what?
Some more of the other things, the other artwork that you've kind of created over the years, away from books.
Yeah, I've done paintings. I've done a really popular painting called Mercury Retrograde. I've showed in Germany. I'm currently recreating Van Gogh's paintings. So what's so important about the Vincent Van Gogh play is like I'm an African American man playing Vincent Van Gogh. Yeah. The diversity amongst the play has several other. It's very diverse in terms of the LGBTQ community, in terms of the race factor, in terms of men, women, and age, and there's not a lot of people that can act and paint. I'm going to be recreating Van Gogh paintings on stage. I'm going to be painting Van Gogh while we're acting. It's a performance arts piece. I'm playing Van Gogh. I'm painting this painting live on stage in front of people, and I can't mess up. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing like this. Nobody's doing a stage play with the performance while they're painting, while they're acting, with the songs in the play that I wrote, with all of the entire script, the entire format of it, making it an artistic expression. in terms of creativity, you know, I know you want to hear things I'm doing, but like I'm doing it. This is what I've always done and how I advance myself. This is just the latest one. So you get to see me as a Van Gogh, similar to Lin-Manuel doing Hamilton, you know? He did Hamilton. He's not a white male. He did Hamilton. Hamilton is borderline musical, theatrical masterpiece.
Yeah.
It's diverse as diverse can get. And, you know, I'm doing something very similar in terms of the diversity, but in terms of the creativity, there's nothing like Vincent. Nobody was on stage painting in Hamilton. There's nothing like this. Nobody's bringing you inside the art studio, inside the mind of one of the greatest artists ever. Nobody's doing that.
Yeah. So from my take of it, it's almost like you brought something quite unique to it.
Definitely.
Can you share some of the ways, being as creative as you are, or just being on this journey of creativity, what can you share some of the fulfillment that you get from it?
As long as I'm creating, I'm fulfilled. As long as I continue to create, I don't really care about anything else. Other than my family, I don't care about anything but art. My family and art. My family got lucky.
Yeah, yeah. Is there any
and when I say family, I mean friends as well and associates as well. That's what I mean by that. But other than deep down inside, I really don't care about anything but family and art. There's nothing else. Like there's nothing else for me to feel fulfilled about. I would rather sit down on the phone and talk to my friends than talk to the president of the United States, than have dinner with the most famous person in the world. I would rather have dinner with my homies, my family members, than have dinner with Kim Kardashian.
Yeah. I mean, it's quite clear that, you know, what stands out more than anything is that you're a person with integrity. And I'm sure that kind of reflects in your art and things that you create as well, where it's almost like it comes from a place of candid truth.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there a
what were you were gonna ask me?
Well, I was more getting to like, is there like a specific feeling or a way that you can take away from, you know, the journey, or just being in it and just having this lifestyle?
I can't. No, I can't. I do this. I want you to see when it's done and see the work we put in or I put in myself. It's not about like, it's going to continue to happen. I'm not going to stop being creative. So there's not like a way, there's not a feeling to describe because it's innate. It's not going anywhere. Van Gogh is the most creative thing I ever did in my life. My next project is going to be the most creative thing I ever did in my life. The project after that is going to be the most creative thing I ever did in my life. I'm going to continue to be one of the most creative people in the world. There's not a stage play like What Do We Do Now? That script is on Amazon. You can read it and tell me if I'm wrong. Anybody can read it and tell me if I'm wrong. There's nothing like it. It's a timeline.
Yeah.
Somebody tried to compare it to Raisin in the Sun. That shit takes, I don't want to call it shit because Lorraine Hansberry is one of my favorite writers ever. That takes place in one town, in one city at one point in time. I'm giving a history lesson. I'm talking about the Jews. I'm talking about gang violence. I'm talking about street trafficking, drug trafficking, sex trafficking, welfare, education, all in one play. With Vincent, I'm bringing you art appreciation in one performance, admiring one of the greatest artists ever. This is like how more creative can I be? We'll see on the next project. If I feel like this is an upgrade from What Do We Do Now, I can't imagine what others would feel like, because I feel like it's bigger than What Do We Do Now. and it's empirical. That's what's important. Like, so you cannot debate what I'm saying in these projects. My next project after this, it's more fictional, and it's more entertaining, but it's going to be about Adam and Eve. What's somebody gonna try to pull out Paradise Lost, like the Odyssey or some shit? I'm more creative. I am too it's a beautiful story. It's called Adam's Apple. So it's just going to continue. It's not going to stop. It's not, everything is just, and it's going to get better. That's just how it's going to happen.
Fair enough.
I'm offended by the question, but I know you're not trying to be offensive. I know you're not trying to be offensive. I know you're not.
No, I'm merely trying to almost have you share and give people, like, you know, layer like a picture of, like, you know, where you're coming from and your term of expression, so they can understand in full grasp.
I get it. You just sparked something, and I apologize if I'm like coming off rude. I know I talk aggressively when I'm sparked, but it's just, it is what it is. This art, this is, it's too many fake artists, man. I remember Tupac used to say something like that. Tupac used to say, what did he say? He said, "I've seen too many real players ball to let you punk busters beat." And he said something, I'm saying that to say, that quote reminds me of, like, when I'm creating, I see other creators that some I respect, but there are some that I don't, that I know as a creator that they're full of it, that there's no integrity in their work, that it's all about the likes, or it's all about the camera, or it's all about how things look. I know they don't stand behind what they're saying. And it's annoying, like, when my creativity is questioned, or my how I feel towards it is questioned when I'm delivering. Nobody's delivering nothing like this. Even rappers, like, a lot of rappers call themselves artists. They're not doing anything but sitting in the studio. Some of these rappers can't even make their own videos. Some of these rappers can't play an instrument. There's not an artist. I don't want to say there's not an artist like me, but I don't know a artist that's teaching tattoos at a college level. I don't know an artist teaching tattooing in college. I don't know an artist, especially if somebody that does tattoo. I don't know that many tattoo artists that paint.
Yeah.
I damn sure don't know that many artists who are filmmakers. And then every time I do an interview, somebody wants to focus on me going to jail, me being shot, you grew up with our parents. I don't care about that. I care about art. I know it's interesting, but I don't care. I really don't care. I really don't care. I am the creator of Vincent, the Van Gogh story, that is this Christmas Eve. This performance art is going to be phenomenal. And I've been doing interviews for a few months now, and every interviewer is like, "Yeah, so you got shot when you were younger. Oh yeah, so you sold crack. Oh yeah, so you didn't grow up with your dad. Oh, your mom died. Oh, you didn't grow up with your mom." And I'm like, bro, this just says Kevo the artist. This doesn't say Kevo the ex-con. You know, you know what I'm saying?
No, I understand that. But would you agree that it wasn't my focus, like, from what you're getting from what we're speaking about?
Yeah, I felt. That's why I said I'm sorry that triggered me. But it's like, it's just to hear it, you know. And I'm glad you didn't, like. How can I say this? You didn't seem to take offense, you know, even though I apologized beforehand. And I'm glad you shift gears. You know what I'm saying? You shifted the gear, but it's just like, oh, that's been all, man.
Mm. No, I mean, I don't see it as I don't see it as a bad thing because there is no right or wrong reaction when it comes to you as a person. So it's almost like it's
Yeah,
your reaction is just your reaction. There is no right or wrong about it. Do you get what I mean? I just take it for what it is. But I respect you
yeah.
being candid.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Seriously, my phone keeps tapping. It keeps saying it's about to die, and I thought I don't know why it's dying so fast. I know we only got like 25 minutes in,
Yeah,
but I think that this will be a great video either way, especially for your
absolutely,
platform.
absolutely.
Yeah, and I thank you once again.
Eh,
Once again.
I appreciate you just giving me some of your time, and I know you're
Yeah,
doing great things out there, and I want to share this and just have people just come and see what you're
for
doing.
sure, for sure. All love, all love.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for coming through. It was great having you on. Hopefully we have a chance to speak again in the future.
Yeah, are you going to send when you post the podcast, are you going to send me the podcast link or are you going to send me this video file?
I was gonna send you I was gonna link you with you on YouTube, right? You said. I was
Yeah, I
gonna
have YouTube, but I have a Dropbox if you want to just send me the video.
okay, I could do that as well.
I'll just have to all right, I'll send you my email address right now,
Absolutely.
and I get off before my phone does. Thank you, man. Have a good one.
No worries, man. Take care.
Oh, oh no, it didn't die. Okay, all right.